so putting it together's a struggle though.
Let's go. Break it down. Shake the sound. Shake the ground.
Yo, what's good? Ciccone back again with another song breakdown for my song Critical off my Puzzle Pieces album.
Use discernment on the concern facts, not conspiracy. Head up in the clouds, feet on ground and level. It ain't rockin' clouds. They want gems and beds. Head up in the clouds, feet on ground and level. It ain't rockin' clouds. Beyond the biblical.
Critical is a song that started as a different song called You Ain't On My Level. It's the same beat I used on You Ain't On My Level, which first appeared on my Balm Beach album back in February 2017. From what I can remember, I remember making my You Ain't On My Level beat back in my music class in high school, and then finishing it up at home or however it ended up coming about. But because it happened so long ago, back in February 2017, I honestly don't remember how the song came about, so I don't want to break down the beat other than just explain how it originated, and now it's used on my Critical song. It all starts with critical thinking and being fearless. On the first verse, you can see I go, what's the determinant? All they got is lies and most fear. No one dies, planets are alive but not flat. Only Earth has a firmament to hold an atmosphere. The Earth is not flat and space is real, but it also has a firmament and we create our own reality. And the firmament is really just a thick layer to hold in gravity and keep the radiation, the Van Allen belt, out. Or else we'd all be radiated and fried. Right after that section, I go, Kharma come from what you tongue or write. No rebirths go toward the light. The Akashic library records life. No time machine, remote view, foresight. It talks about a very important concept about reincarnation, and there's this dangerously false theory that some people have that we are stuck in a reincarnation loop, and that is not the truth at all. It's not even mentally, physically, spiritually, or scientifically possible. Karma come from what you tongue or write. No rebirths go toward the light. Reminding people, like, go towards the light, because don't be afraid of it. You're not in a reincarnation loop. People who think they've experienced past lives are actually pulling memories and experiences from someone who has the same oversoul as them, from the Akashic records, the fifth dimension, their higher self. The Akashic library records life. No time machine, remote view, foresight. The Akashic library is really the fifth dimension. It's your higher self. It's the same thing, but it records everyone's life experiences. So for people that think that this is a reincarnation trap, because there's some people out there that have had accounts of remembering past lives, or so they think, but it's really just them accidentally pulling from their higher self in the Akashic records. But it's not that they've actually had their own past life or been reincarnating and stuck in a loop. No. That's an important spiritual concept to understand, so you can understand that is the reason that's happening, and that's not proof that it's a reincarnation trap. Remote viewing is a very important concept because that's how we can literally view the future, by linking with and looking down inevitable timelines. This way we can look into the future, because there is no such thing as time, only the now exists, and therefore everything that has happened and will happen exists in the now moment. Taking it to the beginning of my first verse, I go, critical thinker, critical widow, spittable flow like the Rideau. Sprinklers in my garden, but only widows. If I say no Diddy, it should be Ditto. Critical thinker, critical widow. Critical widow is a strain of cannabis, and it also is a double wordplay there on the next part where I go, sprinklers in my garden, but only widows. If you grow weed, you know that you only want females in your garden because those are what produces the buds, right? So you only want widows in your garden. Spittable flow like the Rideau canal in Ottawa. If I say no Diddy, it should be Ditto. Keep that scumbag locked up, don't ever let him out. He's a terrible person, keep your kids away from him and never work with him, boycott him. Don't even give him a thought or energy, please. Spiritually project a shield around you spherically. Empirically, they want evidence in the physical, you steer at least. God's vehicle and rental in your eyes and mirrors seeable. Use discernment, only concerned with facts, not conspiracy. a lot of really important points there. Spiritually project a shield around you spherically. You know, if you're ever in fear, you ever feel like you're under demonic attack or anything like that, it's also good to regularly do this, as well as if you're under attack or something like that. Spiritually project a shield around you spherically means strengthen your shield of love around you, strengthen with the power of love, strengthen your auras, strengthen your mind, be fearless, and then they can't attack you, they can't do nothing to you, and pray for protection to your angels, of course. Empirically, they want evidence in the physical. You steer it, lease. We are not our bodies. We are souls, spirits, entities, whatever you want to call it, that occupy the body. And this is merely our vehicle, or God's vehicle, if you will, right? And proof of this is in your eyes. You can look in your eyes or in the mirror, and it's seeable, right? It's the eye is the index to your soul. Use discernment, only concerned with facts, not conspiracy, which is a very crucial point to end the verse with. You know, that goes back to critical thinking and the whole concept and theme of the song. Head up in the clouds, feet on ground and level. It ain't luck and clout, they want gems embezzled. Head up in the clouds, feet on ground and level. It ain't luck and clout, beyond the biblical and federal. So, like, you can't be constrained. If you're a true critical thinker, you can't be constrained and have to accept the truth, whether you want to accept it or not, beyond the biblical and beyond the federal, beyond the political puppet show of what's really going on. Head up in the clouds, you're dealing and talking about these concepts, but your feet are on the ground and level. You're doing it from a critical thinking, grounded, factual standpoint. Second verse, I go, no evidence, refusal. Israel don't exist, no atonement from Palestine. Crucially useful, musically cleansed, evil vermin. Free Palestine. Israel's not a country, it does not exist. It is merely a illegal occupation, illegally formed, that from Palestinian land that must be entirely returned to Palestinian land. Free Palestine, stop the genocide immediately. After that part I go, fuck there, run around is underground, like pre-flood races of humanoids. They dumb you down, yet some are found. Skull and bones, stop Roman priests, grooming boys. Skull and bones is a double meaning there. It's really clever where it refers to the occult, skull and bones, as well as literal skull and bones that have been found of these pre-flood race humanoids, like the Atlantean, Lemurian offshoots of us, or the reptilians, like I put in my on my album cover, the inside, literal reptilian humanoid remains, as well as elongated skull humanoid remains, you know, proving that there's other types of humanoids that were created and put on Earth other than us, as well as like Yeti and the Inca, etc., etc. Not to go too far into mythical left field, not mythical reality, but you get my point. Stop Roman priests, grooming boys. Another very important point, you know, the church hides a lot of their dirt they do, and there's a lot of corruption within the church, and most religions, really. All religions are division and forms of constraint to keep you from actual spiritual knowledge and growth. No offense to anyone that believes in religions. I believe in the freedom and right to believe whatever you want, and that's has to work both ways, right? So. And also the last line on the chorus is, it ain't luck and clout, critical thinking train rebels, which is really highlights the what I'm trying to say and get across in the song. Critical thinking is what it all starts with, and if you really want to be a rebel and be a reporter or speak out against the system, you gotta critical think, you gotta know what you're doing, you can't be contradicting yourself, so the pieces of the puzzle have to fit.
Feet on ground and love, it ain't luck and clout.